Hello, if you want to watch exclusive lemon content on What If Naruto, then go to my Boosty. The first link in the description here contains such hot stories for adults, such as What If Naruto was a daddy for Sarada, or Kushina and Mikoto vulgar Naruto mommies. Follow the link and enjoy. I'm waiting for you.
What kind of technique is that? Naruto said, surprised. I made a new decision, one that I had abandoned. If he does that jutsu with the chakra level he has left, he's going to die. That boy. Konan watched Naruto with admiration and managed to change. In the village. In the center of Konoha, a kind of tall structure came out of the ground with a white suit that, when it opened its mouth, at irrational levels, began to emit light green flashes through it that went to the dead people, reviving them. The wise toad Fukasaka was dead, and next to him was his wife, crying over his death. But out of nowhere he was enveloped by a green flash, making him wake up. I'm sure Fukasaka-sama was dead. What is this? What's going on? Sakura said, surprised with confusion. Shizune was awake after he died. What happened? Shikamaru said, scared. It seems that Naruto took care of everything, Shikaku said, smiling sideways. With Naruto, the villagers are being revived, said the Katsuyu slug, coming out of the blue Oji's neck. Then, Naruto was surprised, and I to Nagato. There is still time to save those who kill in Konoha. It's the least I can do to compensate, said the red-haired man. Meanwhile, a dead Kakashi comes back to life, surprising Chuji. War brings deaths, wounds and pain for both sides, there is nothing else. It is difficult to accept the death of someone close, and so we convince ourselves that he cannot die. Especially your generation, which does not know war. You are looking for the meaning of death, but there is only pain and hatred, which you do not understand, which consumes you. People are dying like garbage. An eternal hatred, accompanied by a pain that cannot be cured, that is war. Naruto. That's what you have to face. Pain said. It seems that Kami created you to seek peace. I truly believe that you can. Naruto, please come closer. He mentioned the redhead. Naruto approached him, and Konan looked confused. While Nagato touches his forehead with the palm of his hand, causing the blonde to start burning his eyes, and Jima for pain. My eyes, which were granted to me by the gods, I grant them to you to help you find peace. He said his last words, and then died, while his eyes turned black and lifeless. Konan wrapped Yaiko and Nagato's body in his papers. I hope you won't come back to Akatsuki, said the blonde. I'll leave him. Yaiko and Nagato's dream was entrusted to you. Nagato believed in you, I will too. I will return to the Rain Village and support you in the search for peace. Konan said. Naruto's feelings came together along with his memories of Jiraiya, entrusting him with the search for peace. And Nagato's words to tell him that he trusted him. The name Naruto, the guts to never give up, and the pain. I have inherited all that from my teacher and my senior student. The blonde said, referring to Nagato and Jiraiya. Konan formed a bouquet of flowers out of papers and handed them to Naruto. This time, my flowers are the ones of hope, instead of the ones that wither. Naruto smiled at him and accepted them. Then they both went their own way. After that, Naruto, remembering his teacher, Jiraiya, leaves the flowers and the book that he composed on his grave. Naruto decides to return to the village, but on the way he is intercepted by Danzo and several of his root ninjas. Taking advantage of Naruto's weakness that he was returning from a recent encounter with a too powerful enemy. Leaving the blonde one very tired, he danced and did not hesitate to attack. Who would have believed that the demon could defeat someone with such a big Dojutsu? You should tell me where he is, to take his eyes, said the one-eyed Danzo. Shut up, Monia, Pain had more courage than you, a simple rat that hides in the dark. Naruto was furious that he hadn't been named a demon for a long time, and that after so much effort to protect the village. He should tell him that. Finish with the legacy of Yondaime, he ordered his ambush as he finishes his arm, revealing a gold bracelet that he was trying to take apart. With Naruto. In a forest near Konoha, 20 Ambu de Ra-zi were fighting with the Blue Oji. He was already tired from the fight with Pain, but he had to beat Danzo with all his might. Kajiban without no jutsu. 40 clones appeared fighting and while gathering natural energy for Zenin mode. He disappeared from view, appearing above 8 ambus of Root or Lady Rasengan. He screamed, killing them instantly. 6 ambus attacked him from behind, when in the distance, he heard wind-style Rasen shuriken. They took the impact full on. The last ambus that were 6, he beat them by throwing kunai that had threads with them and bomb papers around them, that some were easily dodged and others didn't even come close. The devil has no aim, and it's done now. Calling shinobi ha 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 ha, said an ambo. Very naive to be ambo. Suddenly, all the kunai enveloped the ambus, and when the 6 of them were together, they exploded. Meanwhile, with Konan, I think it was a mistake to leave him alone. He has Nagato's Rinnegan, Madara could him. To do harm. Besides, I like being with him, it makes me remember Yako thought, blushing as she shook her head to get those thoughts out. Make sure he gets to the village safely. The safe fight left him exhausted. The fight was changing course to head towards Naruto. With Naruto and Danzo. I expected nothing less from you, Kyubi. Torun, Fu, take care of yourself. As Danzo was freeing his arm, two Andis came out behind him. We'll get this over with, Danzo-sama, come on Torun. Said Fu, bye. Torun stated. They went to Naruto, starting a taijutsu fight. Fu walked away keeping some distance. Shintensen no jutsu. Naruto hearing that came up to him as fast as possible, waiting for Torun to throw a punch at him. Kokomo is possible. Fu said, he had tried to enter Naruto's mind, but he encountered a demonic figure in the form of a fox. Just when he reacted, he saw Naruto in front of him, and Torun was about to punch him in the stomach. Naruto dodged Torun, and Torun kept hitting Fu, passing him his insects and poison. It burns. I'll go Fu with pain. You'll pay for it, you bastard. Naruto quickly made a Rasengan by hitting Torun squarely in the abdomen. I managed to beat the ambus, but I have Danzo left, and I don't have any more chakra, he thought while panting. You beat my best men, you demon bastard, but you are exhausted. With you out of the way, I will dominate Konoha. She said as she took her gold-colored bracelet off her arm, showing 10 Sharingans. And you call me a demon, he said disgustedly, as he activated his Rinnegan with what little chakra he had. You make things easier for me, lol. Now I'll take that Rinnegan that doesn't belong to you, I'll put it to better use for Konoha. Don't bring Kona into this, Shinra-tensei. He said while drawing Danzo towards him with a lot of speed with one hand, and with the other he was taking a cradle and sticking it into his heart, leaving him on the ground dead. He was retreating to return to the village when he felt something coming towards him. It was Danzo with a kunai to stab him in the back. When he was about to bring the kunai on his back closer, Konan appeared throwing paper shurikens, sticking them into Danzo's neck. Naruto, are you okay? Why are people from your village attacking you? He said, seeing several bodies of ambus in the area. Konan, what are you doing here? It's dangerous if they find you. That monkey over there wants to steal my Rinnegan. He said looking at Danzo that he reappeared after the second time he was murdered. You're very exhausted, Naruto. You couldn't handle him, I'll protect you because of Nagato's wishes. He said as he stood in front of the covering. The blue movie went and started throwing paper shurikens that were dodged by Danzo, but they came back from behind him, sticking them in his back. This guy is immortal. If I keep going like this I'll have to use that sealing technique, but I'd run out of chakra, she thought worriedly. Danzo came towards her with a cradle and sharpened with wind style, she started throwing paper bombs at him. That stuck to his body and exploding. When he reappeared, Konan decided to do the jutsu, even if he was left without chakra. Danzo approached her trying to stab her, but when he touched her, she separated into papers that began to stick to the old man. Origami Fuinjutsu. A sealing technique, this is my end, but if I die, you die with me. He shouted angrily, and on his body black marks began to spread. Yurashi Chef Injutsu. The old war hawk cried out in despair. Danzo's body began to release ink that took the form of a sphere around him. Tried to seal off Konan. I spent too much chakra, I can't move. This is my end, I did my best Nagato. Konan said. Danzo was trying to seal Konan before he died. I spent too much chakra, I can't move. When there was a flash, Konan was about to be sealed, but Naruto grabbed her bridal style. She held onto Blue Lodge's collar so as not to let go. Quickly the blonde got out of the explosion range, heading to Konoha. Thanks for taking a chance like that for me, Naruto said as he looked into her eyes making her blush. And it was nothing, she said as she looked into his eyes and blushed. He looks a lot like Yako. He thought about where we will go. He said, we will go to Konoha, after quiet. I will protect you, they will not be able to do anything to you. Naruto. I destroyed your home, I'm the enemy, I'm not going to be welcome, I don't want to cause problems for you. He said, sadly looking away. You are not the enemy, you saved me from Danzo, besides you were manipulated. I don't want to leave you. You are very important, I will protect you with my life. Date goes, and the last he said it, blushing and looked away, causing a giggle from Konan. It's a promise, and Naruto Uzumaki always keeps his promises. After that he gave a registered Uzumaki a smile. Arriving at Konoha, all the inhabitants were gathered to wait for their hero. Many could not believe that the boy they despised so much had achieved that. Inside the trees came out a blonde with a woman in his arms. She had fallen asleep in his arms, because for her they were very warm and strong. People were elated, children ran to hug him, while he was bombarded with questions. Therefore, Fuss the Blue Movie woke up from her dream. Who is that woman? You saved her too, you're great, she's your girlfriend. Your enemy was strong. Show me please, it can be my sensei, and Naruto-sama. She and he blushed at the children's comments. While she was separating and getting to her feet, Sakura made her way through the people until she was in front of the blonde, and hit him on the head, and then hugged him. For some reason, Konan felt jealous, frowning at the dangerous one. Cow, you made me worry, Sakura said. From a distance, the toads were watching everything with a smile. The boy outmaneuvered his teacher and managed to protect the village. They were proud to be the invocation of Naruto. Then people grabbed our favorite blonde and started throwing him up in the air, shouting his name, Naruto. Naruto couldn't believe, he always dreamed of this moment. Since childhood, he always wanted this to happen, for people to see how powerful he was and for them to know who he is. That he is not a demon, that he is Naruto Uzumaki. Datevalo is just one step away from Zero Cage, people already rated. Kakashi watched Naruto from afar, he was proud of. From his student, he had surpassed him and Hiraya-sama. This boy was already a legend for Konoha. While Iruka cried to see the figure of his younger brother fulfilling his dream. But happiness always ends. After people have celebrated the triumph against Akatsuki, they had to return to their duties. The village was not going to rebuild itself. When there was no one else, Naruto along with Konan went to where his companions were. Just then Ambus appeared around Konan to catch her, but Naruto quickly got in the way. There's no need for that, she's coming with me. The Ambus were not going to stand between one of the strongest ninja in the village, besides being their hero. They nodded and left. Quickly, the 11 of Konoha along with Sai, Anko, Gui and Karena, and went to see what Naruto was doing with the enemy. The first one to speak was Sakura. Naruto, what are you doing with her? She is the enemy cow. They have to arrest her, she surely has information about Akatsuki, Hino said. At that moment Kakashi arrived. Naruto, don't you think you owe us an explanation? She is not an enemy. They were manipulated by the real leader of Akatsuki. She saved me from dancing. The monkey wanted to capture me, to have total control of the Datebao village. That proves because I don't have the seal on my tongue, Sai said thoughtfully. What do I dance what? He said he was excited. That monkey made his move, what happened to him? Kurinari asked. I tried to seal it, but before I could it exploded, explained Konan impassively. Your flames of youth burn with Anson, he said, yelling at her as usual. Kakashi snorted with relief, one less weight to take care of. How's Grandma Tsunade doing? Said the blonde. He's in a coma-like state, we don't know when he's going to wake up, Shikamaru said. At that moment, four Ambus appeared along with Omura and Koru, the two advisors of the Okage. They were furious, they had sent Danzo to catch and kill the demon child. So they had no interference if Danzo could become Okage and be able to rule the village like them. They wanted to. Uzumaki Naruto, you are under arrest for betraying the village, hidden among the leaves. Not only did you murder a council member, but you bring a criminal of that rank with you. And the worst thing is that you are unstable. You almost freed the fox firm. Nine Tails, Koru said firmly. Naruto felt that his heart was breaking, he had finally managed to get the village to value and love him, and out of nowhere. These mummies come and want to throw him out as if he were nothing. Unfortunately, the counselors were not thinking so well to arrest a Hinshriki from the low village. The military power, besides that state it is in, can be quickly destroyed by enemies like Iwa Okumo. Kakashi and the others exploded in fury. First of all, Danzo had attacked Naruto, and he had saved the village. Besides being his Hinshriki, how can they kick him out just like that? They don't have the power to do that. Only the Hokage can decide, and I don't think the feudal lord will reject the hero of his village, Neji said, defending his friend. While the Hokage is gone, the counselors decide for her. Both of you arrest them quickly. Everyone got in between the ambush so they wouldn't hurt Naruto. They have no power to do that. They will have to face us, Kiba said with an arrogant smile. They're not going to touch the Gaki without going through my friends first, Anko said, pulling snakes out of her sleeves. The counselors had only to accept the demon, but they were not going to stand idly by. Okay, Naruto won't get arrested, but Akatsuki's ninja, well, she's a criminal of that rank. Apart from having information about the organization, Omura said, smiling, I hadn't managed to have Naruto, but I had Conan. That's enough, guys, they don't want me here, I'll leave, I won't cause problems for them, and I won't let Conan get caught either. I always keep my promises. I'll fence you off. I stop for a moment to look at the counselors, but I swear that I will return with Sasuke and the others' heads to Katsuki. Take it easy. Everyone was surprised by his determination. He was planning to leave the village to protect that girl and return to Sasuke. He was still the same as always. That was what made them feel sure that he would make it. Both of you don't let them escape. Quickly, the ambush went after them. The four ambush began to extend a fireball for Mari to neutralize their targets. But Conan, with a paper jutsu, shot shurikens in the arms, immobilizing two of them, while Naruto knocked out the other two quickly. Sorry guys, we need to get out of here before it's too late. Don't doubt I'll be back, Naruto shouted as he was leaving. Naruto-kun. Naruto. Stay in touch, Sakura screamed as she watched him leave. The flames of Naruto-kun are burning. Come on, Lee, let's run around the village in honor of Naruto-kun, Gui said. Igai-sensei, said Lee with tears. You don't know what you're doing. When Suna wakes you up, pray that he doesn't crush your head, Anko told the councils with a sadistic smile. The counselors turned pale, but they had already taken care of the demon. They were satisfied. Kakashi, you have a meeting with the council, Omura said. The plater was exploding with rage. They had carried on as if nothing had happened. He decided to keep calm and go to the council. He couldn't refuse such a thing. Besides, it was his chance to tell the feudal lord what the councillors had done. When he entered the meeting room, everyone stopped talking to look at him. The feudal lord was the only one to speak. Kakashi, attack. We have decided that you will be the 6th Hokage, while Tsunade is recover. That's if you accept. Kakashi without hesitation said that yes, he was not going to miss the opportunity to take revenge for what the counselors did to his student. First of all, now that I am Hokage, I want to notify that Danzo made an attempt on Naruto's life, but he is already dead. Besides that, the advisors Amu and Koru attacked Naruto, and he had to leave the village. Everyone was stunned, and with their jaws all over the floor, they had just lost their Hinshriki and their most powerful shinobi because of some stupid advisors. On top of that, the War Hawk had been killed. Everyone remained silent. It's not because they had nothing to say, but just by seeing the feudal lord's face. They knew that they shouldn't say anything. He ordered the counselors to be killed. The Fire Lord ordered. The counselors turned pale. Suddenly, the civil council exploded into complaints. And to keep calm, the feudal lord decided, enough is enough. Everyone will be imprisoned for trying to attack a shinobi without permission. Plus, they will be removed from their positions as advisors, he stated. Everyone calmed down. Maybe ordering death was too much. Ambush, said Kakashi. 2 ambushes appeared and took the counselors. At least, the Konoha plague was eliminated. Omak. It's filler, it's not canon. Hello, Naruto-kun, who is she? She's beautiful, Lee said with hearts in her eyes. I'm Conan, my pleasure, he said with a bow. You are beautiful with Ankin, Lee said as she handed herself a rose. Stay away, Lee, she's mine, fate decided that, Neji said with an arrogant smile. Don't fuck with me, you already have a Tenten, Lee said angrily. Stay quiet, I'm the alpha here, she's mine, Kibagaruni Endo said. Calm down, she is not going to enjoy with children like you, but with me or not with Anson, Kakashi said reading his book. I will not be left behind, you are my eternal rival, Gumi said with fire in his eyes. Problematic, She will be mine, Shikamaru said with a yawn. They're not big enough for a woman, Sai said with a fake smile. While the men were arguing, Conan was jaw-dropping from knowing that such powerful ninjas could be so stupid. At that moment, Naruto carried her in a bridal style and took her outside the village while everyone was looking at him. All Naruto. Before Pain's attack, Sasuke Uchiha was a person corrupted by the desire for revenge. His clan had been killed because of the Konoha High Command, but that wasn't the worst thing. They had sent his older brother to bear that responsibility. Right now, he, along with his team formed by Orochimaru's former subordinates, were in a big predicament. Commonly, any shinobi would be in this situation. They were fighting against the Hinshiriki of the Vihulu of the Eight Tails, but on this occasion, he could control the beast. He decided to burn it with the flames of the Matarasu. The beast began to scream in pain until he slowed down, and the body of the Hinshiriki could be seen. Suihatsu charged him with his big sword, but Kurinazumaki realized something, since she was a sensor. She felt two chakra signatures the same as the ones Bi had. The one carrying Suihatsu had very little chakra, but the other one was very big. Sasuke, the guy carrying his Ijetsu, is a clone, the other one is hidden inside the sea, Uzumaki said. Sasuke nodded and went where Karen indicated, but before he could react, he received a blow from the Hinshiriki. He quickly tried to make eye contact, and when he succeeded, Tsukuyomi said putting the Hibi in a genjutsu, and then doing the same with him. Then they left the clone there, so that the searchers would waste time and not chase them. His eyes started bleeding too much. Not just anyone puts the second most powerful beast on the planet into a powerful genjutsu. Because of too much use of the Mangenkyu Sharingan, he was losing his vision, and that was a problem. After the attack of Pain, Akatsuki's base. On a slab table, there were the last Akatsuki. He had recently joined Kabuto with his new controlled technique, Ido Tensei. Sasuke arrived with the AHB. After the extraction, they had to discuss several important issues. One of them was Uzumaki Naruto, and the first one to speak was Madara. To complete the plan, we need the Kyuubi. We already have everyone, but the boy is being a problem. Sasuke Bufo, even if he doesn't admit it, it bothers him. There was the idea that they were looking for El Rubio. I'll take care of it, Kisame said with a shark smile. No, it's too dangerous, he beat Pain. He paused to look at Sasuke. You have already fulfilled part of your plan. Now, what are you going to do? I plan to fulfill my revenge against Konoha. I got this. Of killing every one of those old men, starting with Danzo. That's going to be a shame. Naruto has already taken care of Danzo, and the feudal lord of the others, White Setsu said with a stupid smile. Sasuke gritted his teeth. His revenge had just been taken from him, but more importantly, how powerful Naruto had become. I'd have to check it out. On the other hand, she wouldn't have to kill those bone bags anymore, so it was fine by him. She had to take care of Konoha by herself now. Fine. I will destroy Konoha. The Jet said. I'm afraid not either, Heihi said Z. His pain again already destroyed her. If you want to destroy a crater, then do it. I don't care, Sasuke. Quick change of subject, Madara. I need to have my brother's eyes implanted, I'm running out of vision. Madara nodded. The Reikikage wants to hold a Kage's summit, to break in to announce the Four Great War. To come Sasuke? No. Sasuke didn't want to go. Attacking 5 Kages wasn't the problem for him. He didn't want to break his clan's pride. Madara had already broken it a lot, as the last Uchiha wanted his clan to be in glory. Well, okay, after that, I'll go get something pending at Megacure. He paused. Come on Sasuke, I'll give you your brother's eyes. With that they retreated. In Konoha, Kakashi was in his temporary office. With his Okage hat, he had fulfilled the dream of his student. And his best friend, Obito. A Chunin entered his chambers half-exalted. Okusama received an invitation from the Reikikage to a Kage summit. All right, make the preparations. He kept thinking for a second, it must be because of Akatsuki. 2 days later, Sasuke was blindfolded, he had already been transplanted, he could feel the power that his eyes were spreading. Unfortunately, the first one to cross paths was White Setsu. He wanted to test his powers, and with his Semi-Susanoo, stuck a chakra sword into the poor Pale's chest. Team Taka were getting off the back of him. Karen, Suihatsu appeared and he played. A week after Pain's attack. The Kage's summit. El Pelopletedo, O Kage, was nervous although he did not show it, he had just assumed power, and there was already a summit. This was done in the country of iron, the land of samurai, which was neutral. He was accompanied by Yamato and the green beast of Konoha, Mato Gui. "We're almost there," Yamato said. Once inside, there were the 4 cages present: Noki the Tsuchikage, the Reikikage, Gara the Kazakage, and Mitarumi the Mizukage. The latter caught Kakashi's attention, for she was a beautiful woman. They were sitting at a U-shaped table, and in front of them was Mifune, the leader of the neutral country. Mato and Yamato went behind Kakashi's seat, like all the other guards. The silver-haired man greeted with a nod and a smile of his eyes. "Sorry for the delay, we found a grandma doing some shopping, and we had to help her." The other cages got a drop of sweat down their heads. A better excuse, no. Kakashi proceeded to sit. To his left was Gara, while to his right the Mizukage. Before sitting down he grabbed her hand, and as a gentleman kisses her, "It is a pleasure to meet the Mizukage Dono." Kakashi attacked to serve her. Mei blushed. "The pleasure is all mine," she said with a giggle. "Okage Dono, we are meeting for important issues, then you will have time to flirt with her," said the furious Reikikage. Yes, take it easy," Kakashi said. "Before a war breaks out," Gara started to calm things down. "Well, Reikikage, why did you summon us?" "The answer is simple. I don't understand why you're asking, brat, you're too small to be a kage," said the old man from the Tsuchikage. "And you're very old too, Tsuchikage Dono," Gara said with a smile, making Mei and Kakashi laugh. "Brats and respectful," muttered the oldest under his breath. "Well, in conclusion, we are gathered by Akatsuki. They captured Reikajidono's brother for being Chibi Hinshriki," said Mifune seriously. "This means that they have all the Hinshrikis. Except the Kyubi," Kakashi said. "Exactly. It's a threat. They have the biggest military force of the villages," Mifune said. "Okay Dono, where is your Hinshriki located?" Gara asked, worried about her friend. He was deceived by the council, rather, he had to leave to protect one person. Kakashi said grimly. "What?" I screamed. "Noki, you're carrying me." They handed over the last Hinshriki to the Akatsuki. He paused to shake his head. "This may mean that Konoha is being a part of Akatsuki," he furiously said. "How dare you say that?" Kakashi said, "Watch your words, Tsuchikage. You doubt us when you were the first one to hire that organization to do your dirty jobs." He paused to calm down. "You doubt us when we were the only village that killed Masakatsuki. Thanks to us there are only 2 left." "He's right, thanks to Konoha I'm alive. Naruto saved me." "Life at the hands of Akatsuki," Gahara said. Nokibuzo, while the Reikage, was seriously listening and Mei well, he was in his world watching Kakashi. "Besides, there's nothing to worry about. Uzumaki Naruto, our Hinshriki, defeated the leader of Akatsuki, practically. The organization is finished. But what do you say, a brat is going to defeat the leader?" shouted a. "Well, this brat is stronger than me," Kakashi said. Yamato and Gui smiled. Gara nodded in agreement. "Does this mean that Akatsuki is finished?" "This is Mei speaking." "They are wrong. That leader. He was just a pawn in my scheme." A swirl began to become visible in the middle of the meeting. A man with a black cape with red clouds and an orange mask with a spiral shape, in which only one eye was visible, in this case. A Sharingan with 3 tomes that shone made an appearance. Quickly all the cage guards jumped to the front, protecting each of them. "Who are you, a fool? You break into a meeting with the most powerful men on the planet," Mei said. "My name is..." Uchiha Madara Noki's heart stopped. The strongest man on the planet was in front of him. She was never going to forget the time she humiliated him. "That's not possible, Madara has been dead 4 years, I said. Believe what you want, I'm not here to talk about it, if you don't want to have problems. I want to be handed over to the Kyubi Hinshriki. I will never hand him over to you. He is my student and companion, and those who abandon their friends are scum," Kakashi said. Obito remained silent. After so many years, he began to remember his childhood. Kakashi still remembered him, still followed his legacy. But no, this world was wrong. This world, there are always winners and losers. He was going to change that, and Kakashi, he and Rin were going to be happy together in that world. He took out his happy thoughts to continue with his goal. If they don't deliver it, there are going to be consequences. Scream, he was already losing his sanity. His old memories were coming back to him. He quickly launched himself to attack Madara, Just when he was about to hit him, I transfer him, as if he were a ghost. Breaking the floor to continue long, return my bastard brother. I scream furiously. Are you sure? Well, I'll leave his corpse for you, he said, so that a whirlpool will appear, leaving B's body. The Reikikage grabbed him, searched for a pulse when he could not find it, buried himself in the chest of the corpse. To cry and shout incomprehensible curses, due to the mixture of his crying. My brother, my little brother, please come back. I want to listen to all your songs all day, please, please come back. Sadly, he lost her mind, one of the only people. Most important areas of his life, dead in front of him. In his madness, his lightning armor exploded to the extreme, shattering the entire floor of the place. With speed, he tried to assassinate the bastard Madara, but he didn't always get past him. Calm down, he's already died. In the world I'm going to create, he's going to be alive. I need the last Hinshriki to get the infinite Tsukuyomi done. World where everyone lives his ideal life, his genjutsu is paused. Everyone will be brought into this genjutsu. I will revive the 10 tails to achieve that. Join my Reikage, and let's get your brother back to life in this world. Stop it, bastard, don't try to manipulate me, I won't leave with you, I will avenge my brother, he wouldn't have wanted this. I stare at Madara, I will kill you. Well, if you like, he declared the Fourth Great War. He mentioned as he was leaving in a whirlpool. We all share the feeling with Contigo Reikikage. We will fight for all the fans who were damaged, Gaara said. I think the best thing would be an alliance with all the villages to manage to defeat them, Mifune said. I agree, Kakashi said, as Gaara and Maya felt in agreement. Anything to make those bastards pay. He said too, I refuse, I do not intend to fight with my enemies. In addition, they believe that civilians and ninjas are going to forget all the past, death and cycle of hatred. I believe that Setsuchi Kajidono, we are fighting for the entire shinobi world, we are ensuring a future without wars. Nor death with the peaceful ones. Villages united, I think what you should be worried about is to see how we will defeat this global threat, Gaara said. It's okay, I accept, Noki said reluctantly. Perfect. For the first time in history, the 5 shinobi villages enter into an alliance. The samurai will also support. Where will the army gather? My village is destroyed, Kakashi said. I think mine is the best, said. Perfect, then it will be in Kumogakure. I think Gaara will be in charge of leading the soldiers, Mei said. I start the shinobi alliance, Mei, you will take care of the little, and I told you, we must find Hinshriki to protect him. We can't risk them having the Kyuubi, Noki said, and everyone nodded. Omak, stuffing. Kakashi was sitting at his post as Konoha's representative. While he was talking, he took out his book. Yamato smacked his forehead at the stupidity of his friend, but Gui whispered something. I know he wasn't going to be left behind, and he started doing push-ups. The silver-haired guy was reading his book and letting out schoolgirl giggles. The Reikage noticed that. Then we give him the Hinshriki, and we're going to fuck with Madara, he said to almost reacted by dropping the book and shouted. What? Didn't you hear, brat? What were you doing? He said no who was laughing. Okage Dono, you can't be reading that pornographic book, and even less in a meeting with 4 cages. Said the Reikage. Mei just laughed and said, it excites me that you read such things, Okage said with a pitiful smile. Kakashi turned red and said, will you come with me to sign the alliance agreements? Mei replied that if to what the 2 cages went to who knows where to do what. Everyone else was left with his jaw on the floor, even Zetsu that is. I was spying. Naruto was running in the branches of the trees outside Konoha, next to him was Conan, they were escaping from the village. She didn't want to be caught, she felt something special when he was near her. I was not going to allow myself to lose that feeling. Why are you coming with me? They will mark you as a renegade, don't abandon your friends, I am strong, I can get to Megacure alone. Conan didn't want him to get punished for being with her. I promised you that I would protect you with my life, if you don't want me to accompany you. Naruto looked away, just thinking that she didn't want him to be around. He was already feeling bad, just tell me and I'll leave. The blue movie hadn't realized what he had said, she liked being with him, he made her remember Yako. No, I don't want you to leave, I like being with you. I look away so he wouldn't see her in the eyes. Deep down, she wanted him to stay there, with her forever. But I don't want this to bring consequences to you. Naruto shook his head, and gave her a reassuring smile. No, don't worry, I'm going to be the Okage after all. I'm trying to change the subject where we're going. To Megacure, until your Okage wakes up. If you want, you can stay with me, he said. Her? I would love to, the blonde said, smiling. They passed the time talking, as they went quickly through the trees. Naruto told her about his childhood, and she told him about hers. That's how they killed time. So you met Erosanin in the Second War, and they were also trained by the Konin. He laughed at the nickname Naruto gave his sensei. But if you lived in the Second War, how is it that you are so young and beautiful? The blonde guy screwed up. So Konin is like 35 years old, he thought. Konin didn't know whether to laugh, get angry, or blush. So she got angry as she looked away, blushing. Are you telling me, old lady? Naruto turned pale and quickly started waving his hands. No, I didn't mean that, just that you've lived a long time, and you look very young. The blonde guy made her muddy again. Konin was silent. That was not a good indication. For a woman to stay silent means something bad. And Konin, there was no answer. Konin-chan. There was also no. But something on her face changed, she was blushing. My name is Konin-chan, my name is Konin-chan, stop it, calm down, Konin, you're angry. She remained silent. Naruto saw that it was starting to get dark. They were only halfway to the rain village. Konin will go to sleep in that town over there, it sure has a hotel. Konin didn't say anything, he just nodded. They arrived at the hotel, and were greeted by a man about 46 years old, with short brown hair and black eyes. He was dressed in a red vest, blue dress pants, and black shoes. Welcome to the hotel, how can I help you? I have an offer today, a room for couples plus dinner included, he said, smiling. Huh? Is that a couple? Konin began to stutter. He thinks we're a Kier couple. Naruto also started to stutter in we're a couple. The blonde clarified, but I would like to be, he whispered without realizing what he said. Konin blushed furiously, his skin turning crimson. Listen carefully. He said he'd like to. Konin was about to pass out. Konin-chan, you're fine. You're very red. She came up to him and rested her lips on his forehead to see if he had a fever. You're so hot, Konin-chan. That was the breaking point. The blue movie passed out. Before she falls to the ground, Naruto grabbed her in a bridal style. Why does he do the same as Hinata? Naruto said to himself. With a hand stamp, he made a shadow clone to start checking his pockets to pay for 2 rooms, but he only found some bills. I forgot about Gama-chan. Yeah, he stole my wallet, you Sato bastard. How much are the rooms worth? The blonde was not enough to pay for 2 rooms, so he decided to pay for 1, plus he had food included. After a long discussion with the manager, Naruto managed to get ramen for dinner. His clone opened the door for him while he was carrying Konin. It was a large room with closets on its sides, a bed for 2 people, located against the wall with a TV in front of it. To the left of the TV was a medium-sized bathroom. He laid her on the bed. When she lost her comfortable arms, she woke up. What happened? She said. You fainted, you worried me a lot, I thought something had happened to you. The blue movie remembered and blushed. If it's true, I'm sorry. It was Naruto's turn to talk to Ankin. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you angry or feel bad for telling you that about the war, I'm sorry, it hurt me a lot that you got angry. I really thought. I know, you didn't want me, I was about to leave. But you woke up, the blonde said, his eyes were hidden by his bangs. She didn't respond. It's not that she was still angry, but she was surprised he cared so much about her. Nagato didn't even notice when she was angry. Naruto was about to grab the doorknob when she hugged him from behind. Sorry, I think I was too hard on you, I didn't tell you everything about myself. He turned to look her in the eye. The two of them had them glassy. They were about to put their lips together. Their hot breaths were felt. The noise of the wind accompanied the situation, just the weather also because it was very cold, their bodies needed the warmth of the other. As they were about to put their lips together, there was a knock on the door. Room service, I'm bringing dinner. Did you order the ramen? The two quickly separated. Realizing what they were about to do, they blushed. Naruto decided to open the door. Hi, yes, we ordered ramen. Perfect, I'll leave the trays for you. Excuse me, the girl in the white apron, she left the food with a bottle on a table that was near the TV. Huh? What is that? The blonde asked, looking at the bottle. I don't know, the boss told me to bring them that, He says it's a gift from him, so that the couple can enjoy their night. So what? They both said in unison. Have a nice evening. The girl said with a smile as she was leaving. Naruto got nervous, huh? Well, you see, I didn't have any more money because I thought it wasn't necessary to carry money. When you were fighting with the leader of the most dangerous organization in the world. And he smiled as he scratched the back of his head. It's okay, come on, let's have dinner, said the blue movie. While they were having dinner, Conan decided to tell her the truth. The guy really cared about her. You see, Naruto, I'm actually 19 years old, even though I've lived 35. Huh. How? If you're 35, how can you be 19? Naruto said, very confused. Well, let me explain, Nagato. Every time he used the Rinnegan, he spent his life energy. So he knew that he was going to die younger than normal, so he decided to do a jutsu on me. She paused while Naruto listened to her intently. The Rain Village needed people to take care of it, and when he would die, I would follow his example and protect it. That's why he was using the Rain Tensei no Jutsu on me all the time, until he died. My body did not age, I'm actually 19, although I lived 35 years. She swore to see Naruto's eyes light up for a second. That means it only takes me 3 years, you bastard Ires in. No, Naruto, don't think about that, she wouldn't notice you, he thought. Wow, there I see, that means you've been taking me only 3 years, amazing, no wonder you're so beautiful. She blushed, and looked at his blue eyes intently, they were beautiful. She's been blushing a lot lately, what did it mean? He was falling in love. It's true, he was cute and everything, but he reminded her a lot of Yako. The blonde pulled her out of her thoughts. With Ankin, I'm going to sleep on the floor, you sleep on the bed. What? No, I'll sleep on the floor, me. I can make a bed out of papers. I'm not going to allow that, he said. They both stayed quiet, the only solution was for them to sleep together. Do you think we should sleep together? You will sleep in bed with me, they both said in unison. The two of them blushed, just thinking that they were going to sleep together, exactly. They were both students of Jiraiya. Bastard Sensei and Bara Erosanin said back in unison. They blushed again. After a second, they started laughing out loud. From the sky, Nagato and Jiraiya were. They were watching happy as they accompanied each other. On the other hand, Yako was jealous. She, to stop thinking about those things, took advantage of the fact that the manager had given away a bottle of sake and opened it, took a drink and gave it to Naruto. He accepted and took. They were drinking while laughing and talking about trivial things. Naruto knew that him being a Kinshrik and alcohol had no effect on him, as the giant fox in his stomach drained the effects with his chakra. The Q, upon reading the thoughts in his container and seeing what was happening, completely stopped draining chakra. Ha 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 ha, that brat will learn to respect me, the Q. He said to then continue sleeping. Naruto swore to hear an evil voice in his head, but forgot when he realized that he was starting to get dizzy. He just felt that he didn't care about anything. Conan started to see Naruto and decided to get closer. They both went slowly until they were almost glued together. While they were sitting on the bed, their breathing began to feel with each other, until finally there was no one to interrupt them. They began to kiss. Naruto was doing it awkwardly because he had never done it before. Sasuke doesn't count XD. She was going soft, as if she were teaching. Her lips felt delicate for the blonde. He suckled her lower lip until she pushed with her tongue, asking permission to enter. She gave him permission, and they started a battle of tongues to see which one would enter the other's mouth. In the end, Naruto won, and started to know every part of Conan's mouth, then she did the same with him. When the kisses were over, Conan continued to take serve while he undressed her. Her skin was smooth as silk, and he started kissing her cheeks until he went down to her neck. He sucked on her collarbone, she let out a gentle, while hunching her back. Then she decided to pass the last thing out of the bottle to him. While he was drinking it, she started taking his shirt off. When he was finishing the bottle, the blue movie began to caress his formed abs. Both ended up submerged by the effect of alcohol and lust. The next morning, Naruto woke up to the sun rays hitting his face. He had a lot of headache. When he was going to move, he felt something on his chest. He lowered his head, and there was a beautiful blue movie. He realized he was naked. He started remembering everything that had happened the night before. It was a bit blurry. But he remembered, it was the best night of his life, he had never felt like this. He finally understood his master Jiraiya. After all, alcohol had taken away some of his feelings of insecurity, and helped him let go. Because the alcohol had an effect on him if he is a Hinshiriki. He heard a dark laugh, but it did not interest him. He continued with his thoughts. If he had had relations with her, did that mean she was his girlfriend? Did she love him, or was she just drunk? The blue movie started to move. Good morning. Yeko, Omak. Stuffing. That kid is a goldmine. Jiraiya said as she wrote down in her soul notebook. Yeko looked at him badly. He was very, very jealous. Bastards in say hyperverted. Yeko's eyes were covered by her hair. The only thing that was heard in the paradise of the dead were the screams of Jiraiya. Good morning, Yeko. That was the only thing that escaped from Conan's mouth. Not knowing what to do or say, she quickly covered her mouth in surprise. She knew what had happened the night before. They had had sex, and she muddied her with that word. From that morning, things started to become very tense and serious. So that's what it meant to you. That was the only thing he said to her all morning. He had felt special with her. He had never felt this way with anyone, but not her. She was only with him because of a man from the past. Naruto had gotten up quickly to go to the bathroom. And then to find breakfast for both of us. He didn't speak, which was very rare for her. They followed him on the way in an uncomfortable silence. They had been running all day. It was around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. No words, she knew that for sure he felt things. He used the moment that they ran to think. She had feelings for him. He was tender, cute, good, as well as strong, and he has a noble dream, like defending peace. But at the same time I was in love with Yeko. I knew I had to forget him. I knew it, and I was going to do it. Naruto was not Yeko. She loved them both. But she couldn't stay tied to the past. She had to get over it, be happy and move on. It was what Yeko wanted, and what she died for. I already knew his answer, and I would tell him when I arrived at Megacure. Naruto, on the other hand, was very sad. His heart was about to break, as if it were a porcelain vase that was slowly breaking as it fell to the floor. That's the way it was for him. He finally had someone who could be considered his family, as Sasuke once was. She was being everything to him. He no longer felt lonely. His heart had been filling up little by little. But now he felt an emptiness. It was as if someone had planned that his life had always been hell. Always the ones he loved the most, they ended up moving away from him. I wanted to cry. It was stupid to think that someone like her was going to love him. She was beautiful. But he was a simple Inkrikwi who escapes his destiny and screams that he is going to be Okage. Night had come, and they were already at the gates of the Rain Village. Naruto proceeded to enter to get to know the village. It was very advanced architecturally. It had incredible metal skyscrapers. The atmosphere was rainy as Conan had told him. The sky is constantly crying. Conan was returning to what had once been his home, although he felt different now that Nagato was not with her. Besides, now he was coming back with new feelings, love, tranquility, and faith in peace, and in Naruto. Although he was quite sad about what had happened, and seeing him like that broke his heart. She took his hand, he let go, but she looked away from their intertwined hands. From the back of the blue movie came paper wings that took the two of them to the highest tower, entering through the wall. This was Nagato's tower, she remarked grimly. Conan, I'll go back to the leaf. I've already taken care of his safe return, he said. Naruto said, avoiding making eye contact with her. He just went to the wicket to jump. But he felt that he was being grabbed by the arm and hugged tightly from behind. When she was able to react, she felt that her sweatshirt was being soaked. She was crying. Conan, I'm sorry, but I have to go back to Konoha. It's my duty. My dream is to protect her, and I can't run away at a time like this. Please don't go, Naruto. Don't leave me alone. Nagato, Yeko, my parents, and even my sensei died. My duty is to protect the village from the rain, but I can't. To do it, I'm not ready. Despite everything, I am a simple human who cannot follow the protocol girl. She was sobbing harder and harder. He turned to see her tearful eyes. Conan, I'm not Yeko. I think I need you too, but I don't want you to see me as someone else. I can't let you hurt yourself or me. You love that boy, it's your decision. I'm not going to judge you, I'll just stay away from you. Naruto, I'm sorry if I saw you as Yeko. I really need you and I believe in you, in how you are. From where I know you, I feel everything for you. It's not because of Yeko, he was my past, and it's clear that he's still present in me. However, I think I should move on. I'm sure I like you, Naruto, Uzumaki said, she crying, then crying in his chest. I'm really sorry, I was mean to you, you forgive me. He grabbed her chin to look into her eyes. We'll make it through this together, okay? She approached him slowly to gently kiss his lips. Both, because of the passion they felt at that moment, they undressed, throwing clothes everywhere. Until they reached a room full of origami everywhere. A big bed for 2 people with closets with lots of clothes, and blue and violet makeup everywhere you could see. Another night of passion had occurred between the two. The rain didn't stop, and without the sun, Naruto continued to sleep like a baby. Konan was the first to wake up, he was on Naruto's chest. She saw his face and smiled, the boy was beautiful, he had his 3 marks on his cheeks. She wanted to know how they felt and stroked them, he hovered. Is he hanging around? How sweet, I eat it with kisses, she thought as she continued to caress. She couldn't stand to see him so cute anymore, so she decided to wake him up in the best way. With a kiss on the lips, he slowly opened his eyes until he found himself against the beautiful amber eyes, followed by pleasure. He kissed her back. Until she broke up, I'm going to take a bath, Naru-chan. He smiled at her in approval mode, but she wanted to go further. Would you like to join me? She didn't have to tell herself twice, he followed her and they went together. When they finished eating breakfast, she promised to give him a tour of the village, in addition to training him in his eyes. For a future face to Malara. She had told him about that man, that he and Zetsu were the ones who manipulated Nagato. As his clothes were dirty, Konan lent him a suit that the Akatsuki used under the cloak with red clouds, which were black sandals with black ambu pants and a mesh t-shirt. When she saw him dressed, she blushed like that. Read deeply. Then they were getting to know the village. She told him that they didn't know his true identity because Nagato wouldn't allow it. Then Naruto convinced her to prove that she rules the place so that people will believe and trust her. After going to several places, they went to eat at a food stand. An old lady was serving at the place. It was Konan's favorite stand, where they served his favorite meal, grilled fish. After lunch, they went to training. Naruto had the irisin formulas in his mind, but he had to practice them. Flashback. During Pain's fight, blinded by rage, Naruto had managed to get up to the 8th tail of the Kyuubi, but thanks to his father, the 4th Hokage, the seal was healthy again. Naruto, son, you have to stop all this. I think you are able to find peace after telling him that. His father hugs him. Naruto sobs against his chest, and he touches the back of his head. I have left you my best jutsu, the irisin. I love you, I am proud of you. End of flashback. I have to fulfill the legacy of my father and my friend Nagato, Naruto told himself. The blonde went to train at an extensive water dam, stopped in the middle and started by forming seals. He placed the lyrisin formula in various parts of the field, concentrated his lightning chakra to quickly go towards his mark. Since he had a wind nature, he spent a lot more chakra. When teleporting, he crashed into several trees, sank several times in the water and vomited like 3 times. I wasn't used to the speed. After several hours of training with the irisin, he made many shadow clones. He wanted to master it. Now it was the Rasengan. It couldn't be that he had to call a clone, he would have to form it with one hand like his mother did. Master. Other clones read Nagato's scrolls that told about his jutsus. That's how the week went by, living with Konan and training. Kumogakure. In the Cloud Village, the entire shinobi force of the 5 elemental nations was located, all in a large field, standing neatly. But the thing was not so simple. Each person had a different mentality. The order was broken. Some defended their village, others insulted each other, and others simply seemed indifferent. They could not hide all this time ago, through so many years, so much war, death, bloodshed. The cycle of hatred was mutual, tit for tat, life for life, there was no one to stop it. For luck and the future of the world, there was someone who knew how to stop that conflict. That was the youngest Keisuke Gahara. The young man felt overwhelmed. He could not believe that people do not separate their differences. Their sand began to explode at different points of conflict, attracting attention and scaring several soldiers. When everyone looked at him with surprise, he decided to speak. 3 times. Our nations have been at war. 3 times we have hurt each other, we have hated each other. Hatred created a need for power, and that need created me. I was a Hinchiriki, the personification of hatred and power. I used to hate the world and its people. I wanted to destroy them with my own hands, exactly what Akatsuki is trying to do. But a man, a ninja from Konoha, stopped me, and even though I was his enemy, he cried for me. I hurt him, and he still called me friend. He saved me. My enemy, my friend Hinchiriki. He went through the same pain that I went through, but he had no hatred and spite in his pure heart. There are no enemies here, because we have all suffered because of Akatsuki. So there is no sand, no rock, no leaf, no fog, no cloud. There are only shinobi. If you want to maintain your hatred against Suna, when the war is overcome and take my head. Our enemies are behind the friend who saved my life. If they capture them, if we let them take him, our world will come to an end. I want to protect him and also our world, but I'm too young to protect him alone. I need your help. Everyone who agrees, follow me. People started cheering and screaming in shock. That speech had opened their eyes. They are not villages, nor are they the past, they are shinobi, they are human, they protect the world. They are the present and the future. They were ready to fight. The villages finally in the story were friends, companions, fighting for the world. Akatsuki base. Our white zetsus are very weak. We couldn't get the wooden user who goes by the name of Yamato, Kabuto said. It doesn't matter, let's continue with the plan. We have 8 Vieges in addition, from our best card. The Edo Tensei said, Black Zetsu. Where the fuck is Toby? It's time to attack. Kabuto said angrily. It's getting very important for the plan in a megacure. White Zetsu spoke. And what is that more important than the battlefield? Said the snake face. The Rinnegan. The conversation ended with the black part. With Sasuke? Where are we headed, Sasuke? Suigetsu said. That you didn't hear it, or maybe you're stupid, the Uzumaki shouted. While he was playing, he was as stoic as ever. We are heading to destroy Konoha, the jet said. A megacure. Naruto just trained, his body was exhausted. He had used a lot of clones to train his vision, in addition to controlling anger. His body couldn't take it anymore. He passed out on the floor. Conan was watching him. Before his beloved falls, I load him up and take him to the bed in the tower. The boy needed a break. I had trained for a long time non-stop, in addition to the night activity that the 2 lovebirds were carrying. The blue movie went to bed hugging him. It was a cold night. The light started hitting him in the face. It was strange that it didn't rain in that village. She got up. The blonde was still sleeping like a cat. She gave him a peek on the lips and then went to breakfast. I prepare a portion for him with a note. I'm going to take care of the village. When you wake up, come and get me. You had me very worried. You train without resting. Miss our night games. I love you, your beautiful paper princess. After leaving him a ramen, as he likes with the note, he went for a walk around the village. I was calmly walking through an extensive body of water when out of nowhere a vortex begins to form. Out comes a man with the Akatsuki cape and a mask in the form of hope. Orange Pearl. So you and the scum of the country have betrayed us, he said impassively. Your methods of achieving peace are wrong, Madara. They are not achieved through lies and suffering, he said stoically. I don't care what you think. Give me the eyes of the scum of country and the gem. Shrieky that you have hidden as your sex toy. The only resentful scum is you. After all, you use Setsu as your sex toy, she said angrily. Iluchia paused for her Sharingan to shapeshift. You don't give me a choice, I was going to murder you anyway. Omak, stuffing. Toby takes off his mask, showing his beautiful face, leaving Conan surprised. Hey Conan, I came to get the Rinnegan, but that's not my main reason. He said something blushing. Conan was surprised. He was cute for such a bad man, but not as much as his Naruto. And what is your real reason? Conan asked confused. Well, seeing Sober started looking at his feet while moving them, I was wondering if. She blushed again. Out of the ground comes White Zetsu, tired of waiting so long. What Toby wants to tell you? He paused. Well, the thing is, we're looking for new experiences. And we were thinking about what it was like to have relations with a Hinshriki. And how Naruto is the last one. What are they getting at? I'm asking Conan. Without patience. This time it was Lucia's turn to speak. We wondered. If you and Naruto would like to. Well, rather, if they wanted to, have a sexual experience with me and Zetsu Obito. Just thinking about it, his nose bled. They're wanting to have a foursome with me and Naruto. Conan said, dumbfounded. They both nodded. Conan's blood pressure started to rise, his face started to turn red, and blood started coming out of his nose. Then he fainted just thinking about that idea. She's all a pervert, Ilucia said. That turns me on, Zetsu said. With the Shinobi Alliance, each ninja fought to protect their families, their precious people, country, world, and many more things. They were giving all they could of themselves. The Pale Monsters, as they called it, were taking a lot of casualties, as they were not as strong as Kabuto had tried. It was turning out to be very beneficial for the Allies, as it was not such a big threat as humans. But there were other problems. Large shinobi that had died were being revived. They had found out that it was because of the Edo Tensei technique. The only way to defeat them was to seal them or completely disintegrate them. Which the first one was easier. The Alliance from this point on received a lot of casualties. These dead people had all their abilities with infinite chakra, they were completely invincible. Hope was almost lost, but they were not going to let themselves be defeated. The Konoha ninjas had a glimmer of hope. If Akatsuki was continuing the war, that meant they didn't have Naruto yet, but they were worried about where the hyperactive blonde was. Itachi Uchiha was an amazing ninja, no one would doubt that. He had decided to rest in peace after his brother killed him. He didn't think that the scum of Akatsuki would revive him again. Precisely, thanks to the gods or simple coincidence, Sasuke was heading to Konoha to destroy it. But Karen had sensed a common chakra, something that was the same as Sasuke's. Sasuke-kun, there is a chakra very similar to yours, coming towards us. At that moment, Hitachi quickly passed between jumps, and Nagato next to him. Sasuke ran, he couldn't believe, his brother was alive, he had been revived, bastards those who wouldn't let him rest in peace. After everything he suffered. I was going to make Madara and Kabuto pay. He quickly ran after Lukia and Uzumaki. Brother. Hi Sasuke, we're being monitored. I need you to free us with the Tsukuyomi. Sasuke did the right thing, and his eyes changed. He had disabled the power that controlled them. Your little brother is very skilled like your Itachi-san, Nagato said. Where were you going? Do you know what is happening, and why we have been revived? Said the elder Uchiha. Madara started the 4 ninja war, he wants to put the world under a genjutsu, but they didn't get the QB yet. The minor Uchiha said. I knew Naruto-kun would make it. And especially when she was doing things with my friend. That Naruto that. Sasuke said, blushing that Dobe had had sex before him. Enough talking, we have to stop the Edo Tensei, Itachi said. So they went to where Kabuto was. After the battle that was facilitated with the help of Nagato, they managed to disable all the revived. Sasuke, I have to go now, please take care of the village. And help Naruto, I want you to know that I will always love you. After that he attracts his head, and the two brothers look into each other's eyes, so that Itachi starts to rise. Sasuke-kun, fulfill my last wish, help Naruto find peace, that boy has the key. Thank you. Sasuke Bufo, always the Dobe was in all the trouble, but he was his old friend and rival. It was his duty to be Hokage and get over it. Deep down, he missed the bond he had with the blonde. Orochimaru came out of Kabuto's cursed seal, putting everyone on guard. Sasuke-kun, I want to know what you will do from now on. I have realized that my dream of immortality is insignificant when you can live so crazily. As you do, he said with a ghoulish laugh. I'll go to Konoha with your Edo Tense, and we can revive the ancient Hokages. She paused to look into his eyes. Then we will go to war, there is a Dobe to help. Orochimaru only nodded with a smile. Ever since he found out about Hiraya's death inside Kabuto's body, he couldn't help but feel bad. The Sage of Toads was his greatest rival and best friend, just as Sasuke was to Naruto. He wanted to see how his pupil developed, and that he does not make the same mistake as him. I didn't want the Uchiha to lose his greatest friend. Besides the Ukages, there is someone I wish to revive, the Sannin said. They had arrived in Konoha. After reviving the Ukages, they had told him about the situation, but Orochimaru had another goal to fulfill. Doing a summoning jutsu, a snake appeared in front of him. She released a roll from her mouth. That scroll contained Jiraiya hairs. The Sannin of the snakes revived the perverted sage. So what? Where am I? I have revived you, old friend, Orochimaru. What are you doing? Jiraiya said angrily. Relax, sensei, we have to stop the war, Minato said. Jiraiya began to realize where he was standing and who was around him. Shadame, Nidame, sensei, Minato. After a long explanation, the sage understood. How is Naruto doing? He asked me the same thing, said the fourth. You'll see later. The dobe is strong. We have to defeat Akatsuki and save the war, the Uchiha said. On the battlefield, everything was a complete chaos. They had defeated all the Zetsus, but Madara was still alive, wreaking havoc and killing multiple shinobi. The Kages had not been able to deal with him. Kisame instead was with Black Zetsu controlling the 8 Vihis. They were attacking the alliance. All the beasts with tails fired an attack together, forming a large violet mass of chakra that if it hit with the alliance would massacre them. They tried everything to stop this attack. But just when they thought it was their end, the Bijudama had disappeared. The 4 Okages had arrived along with Orochimaru, Sasuke, Hyuga, Karanisu and Jetsu. But there was someone in particular, Jiraiya. Tsunade, on the verge of tears, rushed to the wise toad. When she had him in front, she hugged him. But something happened that no one expected. Tsunade kissed Jiraiya. She then in his ear said to him, "You left me alone, cow," she said between sobs. "You don't know when I'll miss you." Her voice was choked with sadness and happiness. Me. Jiraiya was stupefied. What he dreamed all his life had been fulfilled. "I am irresistible, no," he said in a playful tone. She just laughed. She missed his stupidity. "Look, Esirama, she misses her little boyfriend more than her grandparents," the second Okage said with disappointment. "My money's on her," Esirama said, taking drops of sweat from everyone. Esirama. Malara. Those two blinded by emotion. They went to fight alone, while the others fought the 8 Vihis. Kisame had decided to take action. He had thrown himself against Kiba and Gui. These two were even. After an agitating struggle, Guri activated the 7 gate, going all out towards Kisame, the latter. He knew he would die, but first he had to kill the dog boy who had caused him so much trouble. "Take your living sword straight to Kiba's face." Just when I was about to give him. Akamaru got in the way. The poor little dog died, saving the life of his best friend, the one who had accompanied him all my life. Kiba through tears fell to his knees on the floor. His life was falling apart. The partner of his life had died. Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? No, not to Kamaru, I should have died. And Nada sat down by him and comforted him quietly. "Kiva, come, it was his wish that you live, come. He fulfills his desire by fighting." Kiva nodded. "I swear to Kamaru that my son will be named after you," she said sobbing. Maybe I fell with a thud to the ground. I had died. Gumi was still alive, but his body was giving no more. He fainted. Hours later, all the forces had been decimated. No one could stand up to Madara. And the Jubi had been revived thanks to the chakra that was removed from Minato's body. Everyone was already surrendered. This was the end. And no Yamanaka had connected everyone to each other so that they say goodbye. It was the end of the shinobi world. There was no turning back. Sasuke was lying dead on the floor. Madara had finished him. But no one had noticed. He had woken up with a Rinnegan in one eye. He had fought as hard as possible, but he was already given up. Madara ordered the Jubi to end those shinobi once and for all. Forming a gigantic Vijudama was approaching at incredible speeds. Everyone saw his life pass in front of his eyes. All the loves were declared at that moment. Karen and Sakura hugged Sasuke. Mei kissed Kakashi. Jiraiya and Tsunade were doing the same. And he didn't propose to Sa. While Orochimaru had decided to have a child with himself. Shikamaru told him that if it wasn't because he was about to die, he wouldn't tell her that Tamari liked him. Many feelings were shared. He was going to die, but they were doing it together. The revived looked with sadness, for the world in which they fought has ended up like this. The Vijudama was approaching. Hours earlier, Naruto had woken up, he had rested too well for his liking, he was refreshed. The young man went to the kitchen and saw a plate of ramen with a note. A smile formed on his face. He warmed up the plate. After breakfast, he decided to look for Conan. He missed the kisses they gave each other in the morning. That girl had been everything to him. I loved her very much. I wanted to spend my whole life with her. Thinking about it so much made him want to eat it. 2 kisses, she was perfect. When he found her, he would hug her and kiss her, he was determined. The blonde activated his Zenin mode to find her faster. When she did, she felt something strange. She was struggling, but her chakra was shutting down. He had given her a formula of anger. Without in order not to separate. Using the jutsu, he appeared in front of what was happening. Madara Uchiha had pierced through Conan's heart. His life fell apart. Her heart exploded, she no longer felt anything, she had lost everything. The love of his life was about to die in front of his eyes. He couldn't do anything. Anger and hatred, his hatred took over him, the one who would have taken advantage of this. In less than a second, 6 Qs were running after him, and each time they were going up. Ha ha ha, this world is rotten, in the world I'm going to create, she will be happy with you. He said, but he was actually saying it more for him than for Naruto. Naruto already had 8 tails, the 9th was forming. Naruto's subconscious. Naruto was shattered, Kyuubi's seal was broken, the fox was free in front of him. You earned my mortal respect, I'll leave you. To play a little with yourself, while I have fun with that Madara, then I will free myself, you will die. Kyuubi had taken control of everything. At that time he was having a hard time with Madara. A tough battle in which Obito was very exhausted from his previous battle. But he was not going to give up now that he is about to achieve his goal. Meanwhile, Naruto in his subconscious is with someone who was just like him, but with red eyes. Look at the silly boy, you couldn't take care of the only person we both loved, you couldn't protect her as you had promised. You failed your purpose as a child, she was the only one who really gave us happiness. And look what you did, said the evil Naruto. Stop it. I know that already. It's all my fault. Everyone always hated me. My own father sealed a demon inside me. I couldn't protect my teacher, I know. But you're not the one to say. My mistakes, you don't know how I feel. That I don't know how you feel. I look at him angrily, I hate you, I am your hate. Your heart that no longer exists, I just hate, you can't protect anyone. Already give up, it's time for me to do things better and take care of myself. I slowly took Naruto's hand, while with another I was holding a kune. Naruto had surrendered to his dark side. The dark Naruto was about to insert the cradle and into his heart. Always where there is darkness, there is a flash of light. Dark Naruto was about to pierce through Naruto's heart when a sweet voice was heard in the place. Naruchan. The 2 Narutos turned their heads to see a beautiful redhead. Her aura showed warmth, and they felt safe, they didn't know why. But they felt something they had never felt. The family. Who are you? He demanded dark Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki is not missing. Respect to your mother. The redhead's hair started to fuss, like it was 9 tails of the Kyuubi. The Naruts swallowed hard. But they realized something. It was his mother. Naruto broke down crying, his feelings broke down. His mother, the one who gave him life, was in front of him. Dark Naruto released the cradle, and only tears came out of her eyes, she didn't say anything else. She grabbed the arms of both of them, and led them to a quieter place. The colors were so bright. You are so great, my little Naruto said while hugging them both. What's your name, Kachin? They both said in unison. Kasina Uzumaki, the bloody Habanura with a smile brand Uzumaki. Your hair is beautiful, they said back in unison. Kasina smiled. You are the second person to tell me that my hair is beautiful, the first was your father. Then, she told them about her love story with her father, who had saved her from ninjas from another village, and the day of Naruto's birth. Putting everything aside, explain to me what you had in mind, silly boy, he said looking at the dark Naruto. It's time for me to take control. This naive child did nothing but neglect his loved ones. I will be able to dominate everything with hatred. She shook her head. When 2 parties disagree, there is no happiness and harmony, it's like yin and yang. If your hatred takes control, you would never be happy, and if your compassion takes control, you will not be strong. He paused for a smile. I know that you can be happy with yourself, your father and I trust you with everything, and we will support you always. My chakra is going Naruto, please get over all this, love yourself, do it for me and for your girlfriend, she would have wanted that. I love you my love, she kissed him on the forehead, and then left. I left you a present when you fight with the hairball. Send him my love. The two Naruto sobbed as they said, I love you Kachin in unison. After that they were staring at each other. Then you should know by now what I decided, Naruto said. What thing? I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust in myself, as Kachin said, I can achieve things, I'm going to take care of this planet. Fulfill the peace entrusted to me by Iras Inin, you just have to trust. That means you just consider me a burden. That I'm nothing to you. You throw me away like it's nothing. I am you. Dark Naruto shouted angrily. Because of your existence, I became strong, thanks to you, I got here, I was able to save the village, I met Konan-chan. And now I have to save the world, all thanks to you. And? What are you supposed to want me to do? She said crying, as she threw herself to nail the crib to him and Naruto. Naruto opened his arms. It's simple when Dark Naruto was about to hurt him, and I embrace him, you will become me, since you are part of me. I would never discard you. Thank you for everything, for making me strong, but everything is fine now, you don't have to worry, just trust me. Dark Naruto disintegrated in the embrace. Naruto felt relieved, now he had to fight for his loved ones, as Konan would have wanted. He went to where the QB was, he looked at it, the cage was totally destroyed. The beast was surprised, he thought that the child to see his beloved die was going to be corrupted by hatred, but it was not so. QB, stop harming my body, it's time for you to learn your lesson. Chakra chains came out of his stomach and bound the Viju, so this is the gift Kachin left me. These disgusting chains spat out the QB. Naruto gathered natural energy and made thousands of colognes, added with the Kune with the Iras N and the Rasengans of all kinds. He bubbled the body of the beast. The fox tried to throw a Bijudama at him, but this active used his Rinnegan and absorbed the chakra mass. Then, with the chains on, the Kyabino could break free. Naruto came up to him and did something the beast wasn't expecting. He hugged him. I understand your pain. I know that you were forced to live inside my mother and me, I understand you, you deserve to be happy. When the war is over, I will free you from me, it doesn't matter if I die, I want you to be happy. The QB was surprised at the boy's words, but he quickly came out of his stupor. I don't trust at all humans see me as a mass of power, you are no exception. I don't care about your power, but I need it, if I don't use it, everyone is going to die, and that includes you. She paused to look into his eyes. You were in my life when no one else was, you understand my pain and I understand yours, which is the one of loneliness, she smiled at him through her teeth someday. I'll get all that hate out of you. Naruto is gone. When the QB started crying, Naruto's words had touched a sensitive nerve. Since his father died, he was sad all his life, he didn't want to. I couldn't even believe that there is someone who understands it, all humans were supposed to be the same, that was so special about this one. As Naruto was leaving, a figure appeared. She was wearing a long white high-necked kimono with a series of magatamas on the chest, in addition to a long necklace of magatamas, as well as 9 small red megamats and a large one with the shape of the Rinnegan on the back. The man spoke Kurama, don't make it difficult. Naruto turned to see the source of the sound and was surprised. She had big wrinkles and reddish hair knotted her short, but spiked on top of her head with a braid on the left side tied that reached to his chin, of which he also had a long beard that reached to his stomach. Something of the most remarkable thing was that he had no eyebrows, besides that he possessed 2 horns-like protuberances that came out of his head. If my mother was here, this means that he is my grandfather, the blonde thought. Are you mine, Hissen? The man just laughed something like this. I am Agoromo Otsutsuki, or as many know me, the Sage of the 6 Paths. Naruto had his jaw on the ground, in front of him was the creator of all ninjas. What are you doing here, father? Snarled the QB. I taught you to be more respectful, Kurama, the sage said. Kukulama. That's your name, right? Your name is very nice, said the blonde smiling. Shut up. You have no right to say my name, you stupid human. I'm sorry. Kurama, this child is not like the others, he was the one chosen to find the peace of this world. I scold Goromo. But father, my mother is about to be released, and with her free will be the end of everything. The Jubi is already revived. There is nothing left for the infinite Tsukuyomi to be released. He turned to look at Naruto. You have to prevent that from happening. If it happens, everyone will be turned into pale monsters. Setsus. Exactly, firm what I saw. You already have my eyes. Come. Come closer, I have to give you a gift so that you can beat my mother. Naruto approached and the sage put his fingers on his forehead. I have passed my wise way to you and also removed the side effects of using your Rinnegan. I look at Kurama, you know that this child is telling you the truth. He does not see you as a tool, but as a companion. Help to overcome the evil of this earth, do it for me. Kurama Bufo. Naruto, my time is running out, everyone is being controlled by Black Zetsu. He wants to manage to revive mother, you have to seal that thing. Get the piece. Agoromo disappeared, leaving only him and Kurama. You know, I just want you to know that I don't see you as a tool, I think you're amazing. I hope we can get along, she smiled between her teeth at him. It's okay, brat, I'll give you a chance. But you have to let me play with Madara, she smiled sideways. Sakurama. Whatever you ask for, give yourself a break. Don't call me that. I screamed furiously. While Naruto was laughing. Outside the mental space, the Kyuubi was with 9 tails, destroying where Madara was passing. At the last second, the Uchiha had run out of chakra. A claw had pierced his heart, he fell inert to the ground. But out of nowhere, the Bijulu disappeared in a ball of smoke. Out of her came a Naruto, with a yellow cape attached to his body, and 6 black spheres around him. His eyes were a Rinnegan. You already killed him, Kurama reproached Naruto, looking at the body of a young man who had broken his mask. No, he's not the real Madara, if that's the case. Naruto made a set of Gedarin Tensei no Jutsu stamps. Wait a minute. Are you going to revive him too? Yes. He was only tricked by Black Zetsu, he is not to blame. A green light began to surround Konan and Obito. Then they suddenly woke up, their wounds had been healed, they took a few breaths of air and looked around. Konan was surprised to see the blonde's transformation, but he didn't mind. She ran to kiss Naruto. She in his arms began to sob. I didn't want to leave without saying goodbye. Naruto hugged her. I'm sorry for not being here for you. I couldn't defend you and take care of you. The blue movie looked sideways to see the man who called himself Madara wake up. She realized that he was breathing as she had done. That meant that Naruto had revived him. Naruto, why did you do that? He murdered me. Konan reproached. He and Madara were controlled by Black Zetsu. What do you mean? Shouted the Uchiha who had just woken up. That about Genjutsu and perfect world does not exist. It's all a lie. What they are doing is destroying the world. Reviving the mother of the sage of the 6 paths. What nonsense are you talking about? Do you think I'm going to trust you? Kurama, please show him your memories and what the sage told us. The fox dived, but then nodded, looking Lucia in the eyes. He sent her part of his memories in which everything was explained. As well as the meeting with his father a few minutes ago. Lucia fell, crying on my knees. Everything I did for you, Rin, it was all in vain. Sob, I'll never be able to see you back, you'll never love me. She was crying with a choked voice. Dude. Look, I don't know your story, but I don't like that you're like this. I want you to tell me, I'll help you. My name is Obito, Uchiha Obito Su Sharingan, shape-shifting into a shuriken-shaped Manyankyu. Naruto and Konan saw all his past, his life, his pain and sadness, what he was fighting for the love of his life. Obito kept crying, I'll never be able to see Rin again, my life is one, the world is scum. The Uchiha had become enraged. First of all, Naruto calmed down Obito, you still have your dream, Kakashi never forgot you, he always suffered. All his life, you were everything to him. You must become Hokage, and show everyone what you are capable of, he paused to smile. I trust you, Datevalo. Obito opened his eyes wide, there was someone who believed in him, who trusted that he would achieve his old dream, besides Rin. A smile formed on his face, but then it changed to a sad Rin. He won't be able to see me achieve my dream, he said sadly. There is a way. Naruto said. Really? What do I have to do? With the Edo Tensei, then I revive her with my Rinnegan, Naruto said smiling. Would you really do that for me? He said hopefully. Yes, you are a Konoha comrade after all, she told him with a thumbs up. But she would be much younger than me. Kabazbayo said. There is a jutsu that will rejuvenate you, you will be 15 years old like before. But Naruto-kun won't hurt you if you do that. I'm speaking for the first time, Conan. Don't worry, the old Agoromo said there will be no side effects. When I use my Rinnegan. Obito's eyes lit up. We have to stop Zetsu, he's fighting the allies. Come on, Naruto, we'll stop Madara and Jubi. You have to stop Zetsu by sealing him, Conan said. I will revive everyone who died in this war, Conan and me, put them together. With your paper when we arrive, he paused to look at Iluchi to Obito, take us to the battlefield. The world must be saved. The war was about to end, Madara and Zetsu were on top of the job. They enjoyed the sight of seeing their opponents about to die. They had all put their hands together, they were going to die together. Little by little, the Vijudama approached him, it was the end. But Kami didn't have those plans. A vortex was shown in front of the Vijudama. The 5 cages tensed up, that was the fake Madara Uchiha, who had attacked the meeting. They don't care anymore, they were going to die anyway. Take it easy. It was the only thing that everyone heard before the Vijudama disappeared. And no Yamanaka was sharing the feelings that everyone felt among everyone. It was already the end, they would die with a sad smile, but at least a smile. The whole army caught to intrusive hearts, and not as gossiping that center in them. Everyone could see it. A boy who was always surpassed by his best friend, everyone recognized Kakashi as a child. This stranger was always left behind, but he trained to overcome. He was getting better, even though they were rivals, he loved his best friend. But sadness came, dark moments, the love of his life had died. He had been manipulated to do ugly things, but here he was, continuing his dream, what he had promised his beloved named Rin. To be Hokage and protect his village. Kakashi was speechless, his friend was alive, without realizing it, tears had escaped from his eyes. Minato looked with a smile, his student was alive. Then they caught another heart. They were ugly images, a blonde child being insulted, marginalized, beaten. Beaten by people who called him a demon or a bastard fox. The heart showed loneliness, sadness. But that gap began to fill. The 3rd cage appeared, then Shikamaru Chuji. Time passed, the boy was still alone, but he met his team, Team 7. His heart was full back. Sakura, Kakashi and Sasuke. His life had changed. But as always, sad moments came, Sasuke left the village. But his teacher, Jiraiya, arrived. Not everything was happy for him, then he died. The love of his life was with him, he had to protect her. His goal had been fulfilled, the village had valued him. He only said one sentence, I will not let them hurt my teammates. He made it to Bala pause. With his Rinnegan, he absorbed the chakra of the Vijudama, making it small. Everyone was in complete shock that time. Voice, it was Naruto. Minato smiled, his son had controlled the power of the Kyuubi. Meanwhile, the cages were stunned. A brat had absorbed that Vijudama as if it were nothing. Jiraiya and Irizen couldn't stand it, they left to cry, the little Gaki they had taken care of had turned into a powerful ninja. Several Konoha ninjas started shouting. Naruto-kun is Naruto-sama. He came to save us the Q and Hinshriki. Tobe. Everyone fell silent when they heard the boy. Konan-chan brings the bodies. Out of nowhere, thousands of papers started flying grabbing him. The bodies, people were confused and surprised, they had been saved by this stranger, but what was he doing? The bodies had gathered next to Naruto, he made a set of stamps and green lights, they started to scatter everywhere. The dead were coming back to life. People were dumbfounded, that it was this person, a god. With Ankin, you forgot 5 dead, Naruto said with Zenin mode on, noticing a strange chakra. Huh. Where? Don't worry, I'll take care of it, he said with a smile. He made back a stamp set. And green lights headed towards the 4 Hokages and Jiraiya with the Edo Tensei. No. What are you doing? Stop cow. Sakura shouted. A drop of sweat trickled down everyone's heads. Ha, Tobe said Sasuke. For a moment I thought he had changed, Hino said. Tobirama slapped his forehead. While Shikamaru just said problematic. Those revived by the Edo Tensei came back to life. Naruto turned around to see those who had called him and couldn't hold back the tears. His father and his teacher had been revived by a mistake of his. Erosanin. Tuzan. Tears started to fall from her eyes. She ran to them and hugged them. I missed you, pervert, she said, crying. Me too, Gaki. Elsewhere, Akamaru was barking while Kiba was hugging him. Esirama started laughing. I'm alive. You could revive me, young man, at least Bufo, and loosen. Everyone was watching this tender moment until Madara ruined it. What are you doing with them? Obito demanded Madara. Black Zetsu is controlling you. The infinite Tsukuyomi does not exist. He just wants to revive the mother of the Sage of the Six Paths so that he destroys the world. Obito shouted angrily. Ha 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 ha, what nonsense are you talking? You've already been brainwashed, but I don't care, you'll die. He made a hand seal to activate the seal he had put on his heart, but it didn't work. It's not working. Malara said. What are you doing? He shouted Obito. I had put a seal on your heart in case you betray me, but it looks like it's gone. What did you do what? Ha ha ha, silly boy. I was the one who sealed the 3 tails on your little girlfriend Rin. My plans failed when your friend murdered her. Obito couldn't stand his rage, and he lashed out against Madara. He wanted to. Revenge. He had ruined his life. Madara had cheated on him from the very beginning. Before Obito goes to do something crazy, Naruto transported himself to his side with the irisin formula that he had placed on his arm. She got him out of there quickly, leaving him with Kakashi to talk, and he left with Sasuke. I die. Kakashi. Do you know when I suffered for you? How many times I wished you were still alive, how many nights I cried, days, I had joined Ambu to take you away from my thoughts to you. And to Rin paused to sob, and now I find out that you were alive all this time, that you were firm. Akatsuki, all because... At least you could have told me I'm your friend, and you abandoned me. That makes you scum. Kakashi cried, crying. Me. I'm sorry, since Rin died, my heart changed. I wanted revenge against this cruel world. Madara cheated on me. But Naruto opened my eyes. He came over and gave Kakashi a hug. Minato saw them and joined in. Relax guys, it's all over now, we're back together. But? Kasina Senirin is missing, Kakashi said. Naruto found a solution. With his powers, he can bring anyone to life. He smiled Obito. Minato stayed quiet, a new opportunity with his family. That would be amazing. He whispered. Yes, it is. They will see me zero shit, he said, pointing to himself with his thumb. Cages, form a barrier, protect everyone in it, Konan said. The cages nodded and formed a purple barrier, in which everyone was in it, except Naruto and Sasuke. I hope they make it, Tsunade said. They are going to achieve it, and Hiraya affirmed to me. I believe in them, Lee shouted. Suddenly people started cheering. They were watching Sasuke Uchiha and Naruto Uzumaki's fight against Madara Uchiha. The fight had started. Zetsu was on top of Jubi. He had a plan. He hoped to complete it. Madara had activated his perfect Susanoo. Samples Naruto had transformed into a Kyuubi made of yellow chakra. Sasuke, who was inside the beast, activated his Susanoo, arming a violet cloak to the Kyuubi. I gave you all the chakra I had, Sasuke said. Well done Uchiha, now let me have my rematch against Madara, lol, the Kurama said. The battle had started, it was even, but Kurama had the advantage. Since Naruto with his good Dama formed shields at the points that would be hit. After several exchanges of blows, they walked away. Madara watched as Kurama formed a giant Bijudama. At the moment of throwing it, he tried to dodge it, but some chakra chains emerged from the ground and trapped Luz. Chia. He hit him squarely to his shield. This confident, he did not pay attention, but his Susanoo was breaking little by little, until he was standing on the ground. Before he could react, he had to dodge a Rasen Shuriken. The technique had hit next to him. Pathetic if you think that you will defeat me with that. He had not realized that on the ground, a kanji was going at high speed until it stuck with his body. It was Irisen's formula. Naruto wasn't trying to hit him with the Rasen Shuriken, he was trying to mark him, and he had succeeded. Sasuke understood the plan he had told him while they were in Kurama's head, and heeded him. With the little chakra he had accumulated, he formed a Chidori in his hand, and went straight to Madara. The named one smiled. It was stupid a hasty attack like that. He quickly pulled out a kunai and threw it to stick it in the Kanio to the young Uchiha, but before he could do it Sasuke turned his head. And with his Rinnegan, he exchanged for the kunai, surprising Madara and sticking the Chidori in it by breaking it in half. Madara knew that in order for his body to completely regenerate, he could not move. It was one of the disadvantages of being revived by the Edo Tensei. Before he could realize it, Naruto teleported with the Ibisin and grabbed his head. Using the Naraka way, he took out Madara's soul and took her to hell. They had managed to defeat him. Now there was only the Jub left. The people watching the fight were surprised. It was amazing the power of those two ninjas. They had won the war. There was only one man left and the Jub, they were already completely happy. They started cheering and shouting. There were no casualties. Serum and Naruto had revived them all. "We made it, friend," Naruto smiled at Sasuke. "Yes, Dobe, well done," Sasuke smiled sideways. Always the same fear, stop, fear, stop. When he heard no answer, he turned around. Sasuke had a black body part. Black Zetsu was controlling his body. He had taken advantage of the fact that the Uchiha had no chakra to control it. "Ha ha ha, well done Madara, now I will be able to seal the Jub inside this child." Naruto did not know what to do. Quickly chains came out of his body and trapped Black Zetsu as well as Sasuke. "To buy some time while I was thinking, his name is Obe, save the world, it's time for the Uchiha clan to earn the glory he deserves. No, it's not going to end like this. I won't lose you back. Let's seal that black monster." Naruto was nervous, he didn't want to seal his best friend. Quickly, Konan ordered them to take out the barrier and help rescue Sasuke. They all went to Naruto, but he told them, "Get away, divide the Jubi, and let the villains free." Everyone nodded. Esirama had summoned his giant wooden humanoid, while the three Sannin made their invocations. The remaining ones attacked with their most powerful jutsus. "Kurama, go and defeat the Jubias and the Viejas are freed." "It's okay, Gaki." Kurama came out of Naruto's body in the form of a chakra. He went straight to where Esirama was and quickly threw himself against his wooden man, merging with him. The first one took advantage of this to make some hand seals, and some kind of red bars fell from the sky. That kept every limb of the beast still. Konan gathered up all the papers he could, and threw them towards the monster's eyes so that he could not see. Mei together with Kurotsuchi threw all the chakra they had in the form of lava to retain the Jubi a little, while Nokikan erased parts of his body with his jutsu. The three invocations of the Sannin attacked in different parts. The snake came up and bit him, while the slug gave him acid, and the giant toad oil, which then Jiraiya mixed a fire jutsu. The other shinobi launched all kinds of jutsu hitting the 10 tails. At his weak moment, all the beasts with tails came out of the body, leaving the Gedomazo shell empty. Before it happens again, the Viejas gathered their power and formed a large Vijudama, throwing it towards the structure. This one broke, they could never seal the beasts anymore in that shell. The Jub would no longer exist. Kurama returned to Naruto's body. The other old men, before Zetsu could plan something again, got into the blonde's body. This one started moaning. "That 8 beasts with tails get into your body, it's not something that happens every day." The beasts, for the first time since his father's death, had all gathered inside Uzumaki. They were happy, they had finally achieved the peace they so longed for. "You destroyed all my plans, Uzumaki bastard," Zetsu said angrily. "It's the end of your friend with a crib," and Sasuke nailed it in this heart, then fell inert. Zetsu tried to escape as fast as he could. But before anything can happen, Naruto said Chibaku Tensei. A large structure was formed by trapping him. Then he compressed it as much as he could. The structure of the large of a Vijudama ended up the size of a palm of a hand. Naruto, with the force of his hand, broke the rock, ending once and for all with Black Zetsu. Everyone was silent, Sasuke was dead. With a set of stamps and Jet came back to life. People started cheering and crying, many hugged, others kissed passionately. Naruto saw Konan among all the people, ran to her, grabbed her by the waist, and kissed her. "We made it, love," Konan said between kisses. "Finally there is peace," he told her as he hugged her and stroked her violet hair that he liked so much. "In front of everyone, I want to say that today we are all one nation, we are one, peace has to last, that's why from this moment. To Megacure, it will be the capital of the Shinobi Nation." Everyone cheered. A lot of things are going to change, We will not let the peace for which we suffered so much end. Those who agree with me, let them shout Elementary Nation. Everyone started screaming. Elementary Nation. Elementary Nation. Elementary Nation. A week later, Orochimaru, Naruto, Minato, Kakashi and Obito were in a room. They were preparing everything to revive Kushina and Rin. Naruto. I need to be younger to be with Rin. The Uchiha said something blushing. Ha 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 lo laughed Naruto Guacamono no Ajime. An orange light started to cover Obito, with Kurama chakra, mixed with the Rinnegan. His scars were closed, his body began to decrease in size, he was 15 years old back. Naruto fell to the ground, that technique was very powerful, using it had made him tired. Orochimaru proceeded to do the Edo Tense, and Kushina and Rin had returned. With a set of stamps, Naruto brought them back to life. 2 weeks after the war, each person had returned to their village, all safe and sound. All the shinobi nations had fought together. The cages would have to do a lot of paperwork. A feudal meeting was approaching. The news reached all the nations. The Shinobi Alliance, now called Elemental Nation, had a capital to Megacure the Five. They were happy, they had been promised rights and power, people could live without fear of death. Upon reaching the village, Obito was declared as Six Touch. He was next to Rin, after explaining everything to her with a genjutsu she had understood. Hiraya and Tsunade were happy, they had got married. And they went on a honeymoon to the country of hot springs. A month after the war, all the feudal lords of all nations had finally gathered. It was a large hall with a round table where the most powerful shinobi from each village were sitting. Naruto Uzumaki was at the forefront as the leader of the Elemental Nation. We are meeting here to make clear the different points that have been decided to keep the peace, the Rubio said. It was Conan's turn to speak. The nations will be only one, based on calling the Elemental Nation. Its capital will be Megacure, each nation will be its own. The province will have its own ruler, both military and political. He paused on the political issue. You will be the first rulers. But every 6 years a new governor of the provinces will be elected by the civilian shinobi population. The feudal lords were surprised, they were going to lose his power. The first to speak was the feudal lord of water, and if I refuse, it was Gaara's turn to speak. If the feudal lords refuse, the population chooses either to have rights and live peacefully, or to become slaves. Everyone was silent. If I use force, people did not arm. Marry a revolt, they would keep quiet as it should be, said the Lord of the Lightning. If you force people, I would not hesitate to assassinate you and all your followers. For violating the peace and hurting the people of my nation, Jiraiya said, waging his murderous instinct. All the feudal lords had no more the choice to feel. Some had no problems, they were going to live in peace besides being civilians with rights. The world had changed. Each of the cages is going to be the military leader of each province. We will maintain order against revolts and bandits within our jurisdiction, Mei said. Our power will be chosen by those who we think are the strongest and deserve the title. No one other than us can reject our decision, said Noki, proud of the new government. Civilians will have human rights, there will be a jurisdiction that will take care of arresting and giving appropriate punishment for every person who commits a crime, said. The economic power is going to be equitable for all the provinces, there will be no one richer than another, Tsunade said. From now on we are one nation. He paused for a smile, the Elemental Nation date Valo. Everyone in the room screamed with excitement. The peace was to last a long time. Clarification. I am going to specify the couples so that it is clear who is with whom. Naruto and Conan. Tsunade and Hiraya. Minato and Kushina. Obito and Rin. Kakashi and Mei. Hinata and Kiba. Sasuke, Sakura and Karen. He has to re-establish the clan. Shikamaru and Tamari and Matsuri. Lee and Samu and Tenten and Neyiri no Izai Chuji and Karui. Assume and Kurinari. Those who are not named will go to the restaurant but without a partner. A year after the war, Shikamaru had been elected as the elemental president because of his political intelligence. So far everything had been going well, the civilians and shinobi were more than happy, they were all one country, there were no differences. Naruto had been the shit. That was his name, Shadow, with nothing else. He was the supreme leader of the military powers. Mei and Kakashi's marriage had been a success. Shikamaru and Tamari had also gotten married. There were a lot of weddings coming up. Naruto had asked the Viegas to help him assemble two rings formed with all the elements to make it indestructible. He had planned to propose to Kona. Naruto was in Konoha. Tonight was special, I had prepared everything. It was a hot summer night, and on the day of love, there was a big festival. He was wearing a black suit with a tie and black shoes. He had asked all his friends for advice on proposing to Konoha. Her father had told her to be rescued by a squad when they tried to kidnap her. Kakashi told her to read Ichika books together. Lee told him to make a competition of who was stronger. Sasuke Bufo told her that she was too much of a double to get married. Neji had told him to take her to a place for dinner and put the ring on her food. That idea was a good one. Obito told her to make her romantically and take her to a place with a beautiful landscape. He took that idea into account as well. Jiraiya had told him that after the statement, they needed a place to have a good night. Although I didn't want to admit it, that idea was great. Her mother had told her that she had a poem to tell her. Sakura told him to do it at a festival. This was the one he liked the most. Sai had told him to be honest. The other similar things, but these were the ones that caught his attention the most. Everything was already prepared. I had decided to rent the most luxurious place in Konoha for one night. Tonight, all his friends were going to go, counting the cages from the other provinces, and some politicians. To eat, there were all kinds of fish and ramens, the two favorite foods of Naruto and Conan. For dessert, dangos. The men had decided to all get together at Esirama's house. They were celebrating that Naruto was going to propose to Conan. Everyone was getting dressed. Everyone was going to meet their partner at the Namikaze house. The girls had had the same idea. And they were going to pick them up. Naruto in his suit left his friend's house. Most of them had a date with their girl. The others were just going to accompany and have a good time. The bachelors, according to Gui, had decided to go to a new nightclub they had set up in Konoha. It's about time, they had to pick up the girls at the Namikaze house. The women, on the other hand, were all together getting ready, waiting for the guys to pick them up. Until there was a knock at the door. Each one left with her beloved. Conan was dressed in a body-hugging purple dress that marked all her perfect curves. Naruto had stared at her dumbfounded. Words had escaped his mouth. "You're beautiful, Mirim." The blue movie blushed. "You look beautiful, Naruto, come," she said. He offered her his arm, while all the group went together. It was a special night of celebrations. There was a great love festival. After walking through the busy streets, they arrived at a large lounge. The waiters were waiting for them with the food ready. Everyone sat down at a big table. Conan and Naruto couldn't stop laughing. They were very happy together. By the end of dinner, it was already 10 p.m. In an hour the festival would start. The group was walking through the streets until Sakura saw a teddy bear in a shooting game. Instead, Conan saw a little fox. "Sasuke-kun, you get me the bear." Sakura screamed. "I want one too," Karen said with hearts in her eyes. "With Ankin, do you want one?" "Yes." "Haha dobe, I'll get all the bears," said the jet. "He's afraid." "You'll see I'm better." The owner of the store was getting a drop of sweat, that the famous heroes of the war girl are fighting for something Tempavo. In front of his store meant one. The thing. Destruction. The game started working, the pieces started moving, but I had a catch. Every time they hit him with the cribs and the dolls didn't move, they were stuck. Naruto started to protest. "This game is broken. It has traps. You're the double who doesn't hit him." "Ah," I scream in frustration, the blonde, "you don't hit him either." Naruto angrily activated his Rinnegan. Everyone started sweating. Before something bad happens, Obito with his Kamui appeared behind the Shone, throwing the stuffed animals. Naruto celebrated, and Sasuke just smiled. 11 p.m. Central Square, Konoha. Everyone had gone to the recital. Rog was singing a song to him. Everyone was marveling at the boy's talent, while Kiba was playing the drums. "Oh, Kiba-kun is the best," Inada said. "I'm coming with Ankin, stay here please." It was 11:50, the recital had stopped, everyone was looking confused. A blonde person came out from the podium. He was better known to everyone as the god of the shinobi, or the hero of the ninja war. Naruto grabbed the microphone, the lights went out, but they turned back on, illuminating only Conan and Naruto. My life was always complicated. I was always rejected by everyone, by a burden that I did not decide. He paused to look up at the starry sky. An organization of ninjas was trying to hunt and murder me. Everyone was looking down their necks. Conan was distressed that it was happening to her beloved. Naruto smiled, but the truth is, I appreciate everything. Thanks to this burden, thanks to the organization, I met happiness. I was filled with beautiful people. I am happy. I thank my parents for bringing me into this world. Kasina and Minato smiled. But the thing that made me happiest in this life was you, Conan. You were my light day by day, my happiness to wake up. Conan began to cry tears of happiness. I will fight the world for you. Naruto jumped off the podium, fell gently to the side of the blue movie, and knelt down. Chakra of all kinds of elements began to appear on his hand, forming two black rings with lines. Yellow. All the girls who were at the recital shouted with hearts in their eyes. With Ankin, would you marry me? Everyone was silent. The guy had proposed to her in front of thousands of people. They were waiting for her answer. Na Naruto-kun. Conan was with his heart in his mouth. The stadium was completely silent. Crickets could be heard from far away. I accept, Naruto-kun. I love you. People started screaming. Everyone celebrated. The girl accepted. Kakashi hugged Yamato, while Hiraya wrote in her book what was. Watching? Esirama made the petals of the trees fall to give a more romantic touch. Tobirama lit the fireworks because it was almost 000, but he wanted Conan and Naruto to enjoy the moment. Naruto kissed her and then grabbed her in a bridal style. And go flying towards the mountains of Okage. I have to see what happens next, hehe. Jiraiya said with a piteous smile. Kasina and Tsunade, who were standing behind him, looked at each other and then nodded. Jiraiya swallowed saliva and started running. Naruto and Conan were looking at the city. From the head of the sixth cage, I die. The city lights along with the fireworks and the flying petals gave a beautiful view. I love you with Ankin. I also have Naruto-kun. They began to kiss passionately. While they shared the kiss, Naruto with the Ibisin took her to a white room with a bed in the middle, full of rose petals and candles everywhere. The two, blinded by passion, began to undress until they reached the bed filled with the fragrance of roses. 1 month later, the night before Naruto and Conan's wedding, Kasina along with Conan and the other women had stayed at home talking about trivial topics. The 3 Biju women in the size of a cat looked at everything. They liked this atmosphere. Let's cheer up. It doesn't look like a farewell party, Tsunade said. Don't worry, I've already taken care of that, Anko said. Suddenly, music started playing in the background, and Tamari appeared with a full of serving bottles. Let the matriarchy begin, Anko shouted. That night Jiraiya had already prepared everything together with Esirama and Yusen. They were going to throw the best farewell party for their favorite guy. They had got a brothel where it was full of women and alcohol. Kiva had a lot of nosebleeds. Out of nowhere, they grab him by the hand and take him away among many girls. Just for Akamaru, there were a lot of Incello who went to his side. Iris, where you brought us? Naruto shouted. Come on kid, relax, it's your last bachelor night, Irizen said. Sasuke smiled, old perverts. A girl had grabbed Tobirama by the arm and threw him against an armchair, sitting on top of him. The latter fainted from the nosebleed. The evening was going well, everyone was singing and drinking sake. Kurama along with his brothers had already tasted the drink and kept drinking. Naruto was dancing with Shikamaru and Choji. He always wanted to have fun like that. The Shukaku was bored. He had already tired of drinking sake, but an idea came to him watching him. The boy was sitting watching everything. He never had the courage to have fun like that. He was embarrassed. That's why I was sitting at the bar with Shino, drinking cranberry juice. Shukaku walked up to him. Hey kid, try this, he said, offering the sake to him. Oh no, no thanks, I can't drink alcohol. The tanuki formed a macabre smile. It's not alcohol, it's pineapple and grape. Ah, then yes. No, not Lee. Gui shouted in despair. Lee drank the whole bottle without realizing it. Oh, what a strange taste they have. Bad idea, the whole place was broken tables, fire, wood everywhere, flames from the amaterasu, lava. A total destruction. They all arrived at Naruto's house where the girls were gathered. They opened the door and saw a fainting Tsunade with Anko by her side and 30 bottles of serve at her sides. Kusina was asleep in the armchair, while some of them were dancing half-drunk to the music. The music stopped, and the men were all hurt, some with blood, and others with torn clothes. Lee was sleeping like a baby on top of Akamaru. "I won't ask," Tenten said. Neither did Sasuke. The next night, Naruto was nervous. Iruka was next to him along with Minato, and Jiraiya had decided that at the time of their marriage, he wanted her to accompany him in his father figures. On the other hand, next to Konan were Kusina and Tsunade. All the guests were sitting in front of the podium, where Orochimaru was dressed as a priest. He had decided to give his life to research and the church. Now he was uniting the love between two saviors of the world. The doors of the big church opened. A nervous Naruto came in behind her, with Iruka crying with happiness, and Minato smiling just like Jiraiya. They accompanied Naruto to the podium next to Orochimaru. The Viejas were in small mode, sitting watching everything with a smile, while the 11 of Konoha were with a happy face, along with their senseis and the cages. There was a paper explosion at the entrance. Kusina entered along with Tsunade and Konan. She was wearing a white dress that was crawling on the floor and a bouquet of flowers in her hands. All the guests, including the Biju, gasped when they saw the beauty of the girl. The podium was ready. She came over and smiled at Naruto. He smiled back. Orochimaru began to speak. "We are gathered at this moment to unite two couples for the rest of life, in front of God, to people to accompany each other in illness, sadness and happiness, so that they may procreate and have offspring for the rest of time." At that moment, Konohamaru along with Sasuke enter with the rings on top of two red pillows. He gives one to Konan and one to Naruto. "Naruto, you want to receive Konan as a wife and promise to be faithful to him in prosperity and in mourning, in sickness and in health, and thus to love and respect her every day of your life." "Yes, I accept." Konan proceeded to place the ring on the blonde man's hand. "Konan, you want to receive Naruto as a husband and promise to be faithful to him in prosperity and in adversity, in health and in illness, and thus to love and respect him every day of your life." "Yes, I accept." Naruto proceeded to place the ring on the blue movie's hand. "You can kiss the bride," Orochimaru said with a sideways smile. Naruto grabbed her by the waist, while Konan unclasped his arms around her neck. They started kissing. Everyone cheered. Matatabi of happiness rushed to kiss Kurama. Konan tied the bouquet of flowers, which fell into Anko's hands. This one of happiness jumped on Iruka. Everyone gasped when she kissed him. Naruto went out with Konan holding onto his arm. They walked until they reached the exit. In it there was a crowd of people from all nations greeting and congratulating them. It had been 10 years since the Ninja War. October 10th. Everyone was happy. With the new way of government, no one suffered. Everyone had money, worked. It was a beautiful time of peace. The people had elected their provincial rulers and their president for the first time. The cages were chosen only among them. A megacure had become a giant city. The technology was too advanced in all life. The cities of the entire country. The Snow Province had produced a lot of technology. But that wasn't the only thing. Naruto, along with his father and the snow technology, had created irisin-based portals that allowed traveling from care to care. In a matter of seconds, everything was united. Sasuke Uchiha was the leader of the elemental police. His organization was responsible for maintaining calm among civilians throughout the country. The man had married Sakura Aruno and Karen Uzumaki. She had had 3 children. A girl, Satsuki, was born from Sakura. Black-haired girl very similar to her father. With his other wife Karen, he had had 2 children. Sarada and Tachi being the last one, the youngest. Obito Uchiha on the 6th Hokage had had a child with his wife Rin. His life was happiness. All his friends were going to get together tonight. At Naruto's house it was the blonde guy's birthday. Kakashi and Mei were already getting ready to leave. Mei was brushing her daughter's hair. They lived in the Water Province. Tsunade and Jiraiya were with their son at Naruto's house, talking to Minato and Kusina. The boy was playing with Naruto Mito's little sister. Suddenly the door was heard, so Konan went to attend. Inada and Kiba had arrived with their son Akamaru, an excellent tracker thanks to his sense of smell, and Byakugan. Orochimaru was preparing dinner together with his son Mitsuki and Nohini Chow Chow. All the guests were already seated, and Mawari, along with her little brother Boruto, brought the cake to the table. Naruto had just arrived from work to see all his friends throwing him a surprise party. He couldn't hold the tears, and he went off to cry. Konan wiped his tears with a paper jutsu and hugged him. Everyone was looking at him with a smile. "Come on Gaki, come blow out the candles," Tobibama said. End of the story. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next theories. The link of the creator of the story will be in the description. That said, see you in the next theory. Bye.